Okay, so hi guys, it's once again a devlog, but for this today it's a bit late compared to other like release of video, because like recently I'm still continuing to research the AI, but recently I'm using those libraries like such as like deep Java library or those thing, and it's been quite busy. And I originally wanted to like record this video, but just doesn't really feel like it up until now. And then and then right now I think like it's a good time to just review like this past month, this 1 month. So yeah, sure. So let's start with like my home system. As you can see, it looks like the same thing, but the difference is that now one of the command works and it is quite useful. So boom, there you go. Now what you should see is a full screen of it, and oh my god, my OBS didn't capture all of it. So let me, yep, put it there. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, I can make it full screen, like one like one like I made it like in this month, if I'm not wrong. It's at I implemented at October 19. So yeah, it's actually like quite a long time, quite a long time before. It's like just a few days after the last video, if I'm not wrong, maybe, or maybe just 1 or 2 weeks, maybe after the October video. So I implemented this because like it's like very inflexible, one like when I originally like created this, like just a few versions before this version, it's just very not flexible. When I wanted to like make it small, it's normally just a temporary status bar, just like anything, you want it to be like flexible and resizable, you don't want it to be a fixed size, and normally I will just like keep this like full screen mode for like when I'm like typing like a long command or something. But of course, like when you feel that it's too cramped, and when you need to like refer to other, maybe other windows or something, and you only have one screen, you will just normally make it like into this small window size version. And of course, after that you may want to like go back to full screen again, right? So yeah, like just one or two versions before, I could not do that, and it's so stupid. I just implemented this like this month, because I thought like, oh yeah, it's time, man. It's like almost the end of the year, man. Why am I still like giving myself problem when I could just code it? It's not like it's others product or like a closed source product. I mean, it's still a closed source, but and yeah, I think I'm going to like open source like part of this product. But well, up until now I don't think like there's any users other than me. So yeah, I will just like leave it at here. And yeah, the next thing is I also like improve the memory usage at startup. Let me just try and show it to you guys. There's like 3 folders, like actually I have like, and okay, yeah, there you go. You should see it now. Okay, pop now. Okay, yeah, you should see it now. And you can see there's like 3 folder there. I did like I normally I do proper documentation um since I'm like starting, like I don't know, I think like when I release my birthday release or something, I started to do this kind of like this kind of documentation. So yeah, as you can see, I changed like the GUI to static, and just improve the memory usage at startup, and try to implement the runtime can set the full screen. It's kind of long and verbose, but yeah, it's needed for just not to mess up and make it confusing. And so yeah, back to here. So yeah, as you can see just now, yeah, I made like the GUI static and like the memory usage at startup. I just improved both of these things, but honestly, yeah, I didn't really like work much on like the Java home system, and I just normally for this whole month I think I have been like wandering around in like the finding the AI library and working on my AI library also. And for your curiosity, last time I think like I also did mention about like I'm working on like the AI library and like writing like a research paper on my own, like just a fake research paper. I'm not quite sure will it become like a public one or not, or it's even going to be good or not. But yeah, I'm just going to like try and do like some research and comparison there. And yeah, so normally for like the software development side, it's like kind of cool down right now, kind of chill. But yeah, of course I do still like code in Java and like use like the Java CPP and like use the C++ also. So yeah, there's a lot of thing to talk about if like I wanted to talk. But I think in summary, generally what I have been dealing with is just reading documentation, reading research paper, making it on into a code, and then trying to find a and then just going Google around, or just surfing in online, not just using Google but using a lot of services, to just find infos and do those documentations, codes, and managing those files, everything, back up my data, etc. It's kinda not really that productive in a way. I mean, like compared to what the normal software engineer do. Normally they will like learn a framework or something. I'm not quite sure learning a framework is like really productive or something, but normally it feels quite productive because like you could have like a good result and like normally you could build something on top of it. But of course, normally what software developer doesn't notice is also dependencies, like. So I'm not quite sure about it's a matter of like productivity or what, but generally I have been like dealing with like those, like, I don't know, it's quite just low level language stuff, like those like linking libraries or like setting up those libraries, and then managing those just kind of puny little tasks, and like creating documentations, going to like GitHub issues and us like creating like issues, us like researchers, like for example recently I'm like trying to port like the QPPWG, and the full name is quasi periodic some quasi periodic parallel wave GAN, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's quite long, and there's like the research paper, and I'm trying to just create my own like text to speech generator with like, yeah, TTS GAN. But yeah, there's like a lot of research paper I need to read, just like anything in the world. If you need to gain knowledge, of course you need to know what you're doing, or else like whatever it is, you need to have like the dependencies in knowledge, in a way. So yeah, it's kind of like a tedious task, but I think like, yeah, that's just how this month went. Just went by like this, just reading articles, doing like code for like one part, for example like the STFT, just one part, and then need to just micro optimize it, maybe put a part of it in C or call a C function if possible, and then for calling C function, because I'm using Java, and then you go and find Java CPP because it's a good framework and a good library, and it's not really bloated, it does what it does, and you just depend on it, and then you need to study in documentations from like, the Java CPP there, the framework, and then of course the documentation isn't perfect again. Once again, it's normal, and it's it's just a part of open source, I know, and it's free, and yeah, and then it's just a loop of this thing, you just set up, and then you fail again, and then it's not perfect, and then you try to find a way out, and then you help them, you contribute something into the community, okay, each other benefit each other, and then just keep repeating this, and then you just continue making further in onto, like, trying to solve your maze, you know that okay, this part doesn't work, so you turn back, turn back to another route, just like in the light novel or visual novel, you just go back multiple route, and then you just try to take the perfect ending there, it's just a simple loop lah, and I think it's just how the time went by, and also of course I also had my own entertainment as well, so there's like that part of it. Of course, like for my entertainment, generally it doesn't like takes like half a day, but sometimes it will took up like just a part of the day, like kinda, just relaxing there, and then just like, oh, notice like, oh, okay, just a few hours just went by, and then you just did like a small part of code, or you just read like a concept, or you just understood like a concept while you are like relaxing, and like, just multitasking is also quite bad in like a conclusion, but it depends lah, because like multitasking, entertainment, and like, like studying or learning is like actually quite bad, but still I'm going to do it because I could do it, in a way. But of course, for those who are working, that's like on your own, if you get caught or something, then it's on your own. So yeah, I think this is the summary. It's kinda chill, just researching and doing what I wanted to do, but it's still, I'm actually behind my schedule, so it's good to know that. And need to like, need to monitor yourself, like your progress lah, if you are like a developer, or if you are like really a hardcore self learner or something like that. And I think that's it, so see you next time.